Welcome back to Get Up, coming to you live from above the Heineken River Deck at Pier 17. Big squad assembled here to talk some football, talk some hoops, and we turn the hour with the Lakers and the Knicks. Monster game from last night in Los Angeles. LeBron James and the Lakers hosting the Knicks. We're going to pick this one up in the fourth quarter. Just over 4.5 minutes to go. Lakers down 91-87. Luka with a dime to LeBron, who knocks down the three. That cuts the lead to 1. Fourth quarter now, under 2 minutes to play. Lakers down by 3. LeBron is going to pull up from the top of the key and drain another three-pointer. LeBron had 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. That one tied the game at 96. Minute 30 to go, same score. Jalen Brunson misses the jumper. Lakers get the rebound. They're in transition. LeBron is going to kick this one out to Gabe Vincent, all alone in the corner for the three. Lakers take their first lead since the second quarter. Final minute of regulation now. Knicks trail 99-96. Brunson drives, splits two defenders, and finishes the layup and one. Lets the crowd hear it. Celebrates with Spike. Makes the free throw, and the game is tied. Closing seconds of the fourth quarter, still tied at 99. Knicks with the ball. Brunson double team, gives it up to Josh Hart. He makes the layup, but it's too late. The buzzer went off. We are going to overtime. Early in overtime, we are still tied at 99. Luka Doncic, guarded by Karl Anthony Towns, hits the step back jumper. Lakers go up by 2. Next Lakers possession, Doncic again. He's heating up in overtime. He's going to bury the three over Towns. Doncic had 32 in this game, would go with 12 assists. Lakers up by 5. A few Knicks possessions later, Brunson blowing by his defender, finishing the tough mid-range jumper. Knicks down 104-103. Now we're under 2 minutes to go in overtime. Knicks down by 2. Brunson drives, draws the foul, but he hits the ground hard. Brunson down after the play, holding his right ankle. Look at this again. Brunson comes down on Austin Reeves' foot, rolls his right ankle. He gets up and walking around after the play, but he's obviously in considerable discomfort. Hits the first free throw, going to make this second free throw to tie the game. Then the Knicks are going to foul, intentionally get Brunson off the court. He heads to the locker room. Minute 6 to go in overtime. Game tied at 107. What a game. LeBron finds Jackson Hayes, and he is fouled by Karl Anthony Towns. Cat cannot believe the call. Hayes would make both free throws, and the Lakers would take a 2-point lead. So Lakers up by 2. Miles McBride, who replaced Brunson, misses the jumper. Towns called for a foul, going for the rebound. Lakers hang on to win a crazy game, 113-109. And this was the Lakers' 8th straight win overall, and their 10th straight versus a team that entered the game with a record over 500. Their longest streak since 99 to 2000, when they won 16 straight such games and went on to win a title. So we are happy to be joined this morning, getting up early with us out there on the coast, Bobby Marks and Monica McNutt. This game was absolutely insane. You were both there last night. Bobby, what was it like?
Oh, I thought it was a playoff type atmosphere in early March. And Dan, I knew we had something special going on last night when right off the bat, right off the tip, we had Dorian Finney-Smith guarding Jalen Brunson, and we had OG Anunoby guarding Luka Doncic, and we had Jackson Hayes playing small forward, and we had basically a chess match between both coaches here. But certainly the one question I had for the Lakers as this game progressed was, who is going to be that third guy? Who is going to be that third guy that stepped up, certainly when they struggled offensively? And we found that third guy last night in Gabe Vincent, who made a ton of big threes in that fourth quarter here. But defensively, if you can defend like the Lakers have defended since January 30th, you have a chance. And what they did in the second half last night is they defended.
Lakers' story is one of the biggest ones in sports since the Luka trade. Monica, what was the atmosphere like in that building last night for you?
Down the stretch, Dan, I actually said to my radio partner, Tyler Murray, especially in that fourth quarter, you could slice the tension in that building in terms of two teams really leaving it all out on the floor and trying to get after it, and a crowd that was really, really engaged, particularly in that fourth quarter. What I enjoyed is kind of seeing what this Lakers defense looked like in person against one of the better offensive units in the league this year. Things changed quarter to quarter. In terms of three-point shooting, there was a stretch where the Lakers went 0 for 8 from 3. The Knicks were I believe 38% in that second quarter from three, and then the three-point shooting literally fluctuated quarter to quarter. But I think LeBron James sort of as the quarterback of this defense is something that stood out to me. He spent a lot of time guarding Karl-Anthony Towns last night, but you can see him communicating with this guy and this defense, this buy-in, this intensity. There are moments where Luka is holding whoever's in front of him. And it's impressive effort from a guy who has been lamented as far as his ability on that side of the floor. So this was a really, really good basketball game. I candidly wonder if Jalen Brunson doesn't get hurt, if the Knicks pull this one out.
Well, we'll have a little bit more on the Knicks later and Jalen Brunson. But, Bobby, I want to stick with the Lakers. That when they make the Luka trade, a lot of questions. Can it work? Can the two of these guys work together? How long will it take for it to work together? And I believe they're 12-2. What are you seeing from this pair in Los Angeles?
Well, certainly last night, 85% of the Lakers' points was, contributed by, Luka and LeBron, whether it's scoring or assist. Listen, what they've done since the All-Star break is they've made a concerted effort to put the ball in Luka's hands, and we have seen that the last few games here. And certainly LeBron has played off the ball a lot more, and these two have worked seamlessly here. And listen, when you look at what they've been able to do the last 6 or 7 games, it's kind of on a historic level as far as certainly offensively and defensively. And then, as Monica said, like, the thing with Luka, he is defending, right? Like, you saw this down the stretch. Like, he has bought in certainly defensively.
Monica, the Lakers number 2 seed in the West as of now. The number 1 is Oklahoma City. They've been the best team out there in the West all year. Do you think this Lakers team is a legit title contender? Do you think this is a team that can take out Oklahoma City in the playoffs?
Graz, I don't want us to get in the crosshairs of our guy, Charles Barkley. So make sure we talk about those OKC Thunder.
I'm doing it.
Listen, the only thing that I am confident in the Western Conference right now is that the Oklahoma City Thunder will be one of 2 teams standing. If you told me that LeBron James and Luka Doncic turned into an immovable force that even the best of defenses in the Oklahoma City Thunder could not get past, I would not be shocked. Now, to that end, though, immediately when I think of that matchup, I think of the size that the Lakers do not have. While they've got great rangy guys on the wing, DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, when Rui Hachimura gets healthy, they're getting a ton of effort. LeBron James playing center versus Isaiah Hartenstein, who you don't think of as the same offensive juggernaut as Karl-Anthony Towns, but a physical big body, or LeBron James having to space out and guard Chet Holmgren, who can space the floor, shifts what the Lakers are doing in terms of their defense as far as being able to pack the paint. Can they? Yes. I'm not going to disrespect any team. You got to play the game. Will they? Right now, I still think Oklahoma City is the best team in the league, despite the fact that I'm sure the Lakers will cook up all types of schemes and defensively to put a lot of pressure on SGA and Jalen Williams in particular.
In the meantime, Bobby, another big regular season test for the Lakers tomorrow night when they face the reigning champion Boston Celtics. That huge game is on ABC. Seems like maybe a little bit more to it than a regular season game. What's at stake for the Lakers tomorrow night? Oh,
certainly another test. Certainly similar to what they went to Denver a couple of weeks ago and beat the Nuggets here. I think from the Lakers standpoint, they're still, even though they've played extremely well, they're still trying to figure out who they are. I think they do have that defensive identity here. Certainly what you get from Austin Reeves, that's going to be the key, I think, for the Lakers game. Struggled last night against the Knicks here. That third guy, I think for Boston, they know who they are. They're out with Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday here. You're certainly going to see Derek White and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in this group here. And I think certainly they will be up for it. Is it an early NBA Finals preview? I don't want to go there quite yet, but listen, as the Lakers are playing this well, it's as good as we've seen in early March in a long time.
Monica, so you mentioned earlier.
Jump in here too,
yeah, of course.
Really quickly, because earlier this year, the Lakers hosted the Celtics. I was on that call for ESPN Radio. Wasn't a great game. The Lakers won. Celtics didn't play well. They looked real goofy. But in that game, and that was the old roster, you already saw sort of this fundamental groundwork for a team that's going to take a lot of pride in their defense. Porzingis was available that game. You had multiple guys having to guard up, being really physical with him because of the size that advantage that he has. And so I think there's, I want to say familiarity because this is a new group, but there is an expectation that this defense will be able to stand against the Boston Celtics, who are arguably playing much better basketball than when that matchup happened in January. But I think this one's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday night.
No doubt about it. And again, I want to mention that game is on ABC tomorrow night. One real quick one, Monica, here on the Knicks. You mentioned if Jalen Brunson hadn't got hurt, you liked their chances last night. If he is out for a while with this injury, what's that mean for the Knicks?
Yeah, he is really one of two creators for the Knicks, and the other being Karl-Anthony Towns, and he probably bears more of that weight in terms of creating for the rest of his teammate and finding his guys. It is not good, Graz, and there's no sugarcoating about it. What I will say is that this group is not going to make any excuses, and last year around the same time, West Coast road trip, they were dealing with some injuries, and Miles Deuce McBride had a terrific West Coast trip and was able to step up. They're going to be out here until next Saturday when they play the Golden State Warriors. I imagine that they're going to have to get through this trip without him at a minimum, but no official word yet.
Going to be a tough loss if he does miss time. Had 13 points in clutch time last night. Certainly one of the better clutch players in the league. Much more from these two as our show rolls along. But I want to get to Joe Fortenbaugh now and talk more about the Knicks coming off of that overtime loss last night. Joe, what is your best Knicks bet?
Smooth walk there, Graz.